live stream with Kat today. This is actually, I noticed today, so Kat you've been our first in-studio visitor ever. Yes. And now you're our first live stream guest ever. So I think it's pretty awesome.
Do I get a badge or like?
We should make you something. We should make you like a little certificate of
put it in my
first live stream participant ever. So please send Kat lots of love. You can check out her channel after this as well, or if YouTube or Instagram, which is better.
The plan is to have more YouTube this year, but so far it's more Instagram. But
yeah,
whatever.
I love her Instagram. Yeah. I follow Instagram, and it's just like wow. And she has been on this channel before, so I'm sure that a lot of you who are watching this already probably have seen her past videos, so you know that she's amazing with her colouring. So I thought of all the people to bring for this live stream that she would be amazing to join me, because I want to show you the new colouring book, and we're both going to colour a different page each. You're going to go with markers, yes. I'm going to go with pencils, and we're going to have fun. So first of all, I want to say hello to some of our members that are here already. So Caitlin is here. Caitlin, thank you so much for joining us. Caitlin is actually also one of our moderators over in our free Facebook group, and she's an amazing part of our community. So always lovely to see you here with your Moscow emojis ready to go. Loz is here as well. Loz has her own channel too, where she's got some amazing stuff. Loz Antonino Creations. Melville is here. Good to see you again, Mel, and Cajun Hawk. Well, we've got actually quite a few of you here today from our, specifically calling out from some of our members here. And we've also got a whole bunch of other people here with us as well. So just saying a quick hello to James, who was one of the first here, and Donna, Jackie, nice to see you, Yvonne and Haley and Brayley and Emily's Fine Art, Emily Illustrator. I actually love seeing some of your names that we see in a lot of the comments. It always makes me feel like we actually have like a really cool little community here. So thank you everyone for joining. And Disastrous Mind X. I don't know if I've read that right, but and we have a question already about you, Kat. What's your Insta handle so that we can follow you?
So it's all the same. Kat Art Illustrations, K, not C. Yeah.
K for Kat. Yes. We'll pop it in the description as well, and I might even see, if you see comments coming from Sarah Renee Clark today, they are coming from Shane, who's also here. Do you want to say hi?
Hi, everyone. He's
the looming voice, and if you are one of our members and see our vlogs and our after shows that we do for our main videos, you will see Shane's face, so he's not a completely invisible part of the team anymore.
Today he is God. Is that you?
Today he's just the voice. The voice of reason, the voice that keeps us under control and tells us when we're running out of time, because we have a new member to interrupt whatever I was about to say, because that totally is like really exciting. Welcome, that? Sarah. Sarah, welcome.
Sarah meets Sarah.
Sarah meets Sarah. Very excited to have you. For anyone else who isn't a member, we do have, if you are a bronze member, which is our base level, you can grab all the fun emojis you see other people using. If you're anything above that, you'll also get access to the Discord, where we chat a lot, and you'll get access to behind the scenes vlogs. You get access to just like more upcoming things. Our members also got early access to the book. So some of them already have it in their hands. I don't know if any of you here have it in your hands already, because they got early access about a week ago to that. And there's also the after shows that we do after every of our main videos. So it's a lot of fun. I'd love to have you if you want to come just for a month and see what it's all about. No pressure though, because we also like to just do live streams for everyone here. So today we do actually have, what I was talking about is we do need someone to check our time limit today, because we actually only have 2 hours with Kat here. Childcare, thank you.
Sorry.
No, she's come a long way, and so we are going to try and keep this to 2 hours, which means I'm going to finish up this little intro chat, and we're going to try and get into colouring as quick as we can. And we're both going to try our hardest, and you know this is going to be a stretch for us, to try and finish what we start in this live stream, because I know that you know that we know that colouring, when I get involved, can take 5 or 6 hours, and we don't have 5 or 6 hours.
Spoiler alert, they didn't get it done in 2 hours.
No.
Don't say that! Don't say that, Shane!
Fake it till you make it. We can pretend it's done.
What we were thinking is that we'll both try and pick a page that maybe has multiple elements. So even if we don't finish a whole page, we can finish like a section that if you are someone who's wanting to color along, you can then replicate what we've done in other sections and try to sort of copy along with it. On that, if you are wanting to color along, we'll have a quick flip through now while I talk about this. Actually, maybe Kat, do you want to flip through so I can keep talking so we can multitask?
First time I've gotten to like touch the book.
She hasn't seen the book yet either. First, I just need to comment, the desk is at its worst and maybe needs to be replaced. And if you remember, you will see the full story behind what happened to the desk in one of the recent after shows where I did something stupid and didn't put something under it, and so the desk is not looking great. But on the book. So give us a little tour of the book while I just explain something extra. So this is Vibrant Wilds. I've been working on this for months. There are a lot of pictures in here as we flip through that you might recognize where I've taken some of my previous designs and adapted them. So feel free to start flicking through because I don't want this to whole live stream be an ad. So we're gonna rush through this, right? What I wanted to say is I actually have this available for sale now. And in fact, Shane has just popped the link there for you. But if you're wanting to color along with this video, when you buy the physical book, yes, that will take a few days to get to you, but we're also giving you the printable version straight away. So like if you buy now, you'll have the printable version ready to print on your computer in the next 2 minutes. Well, 5 minutes maybe. But if anyone is watching this and you want to color along and you're happy with the printable, it's all in the one bundle. So you buy the main book and you get the book sent to you and the printable. You can have it ready to go and pause your video and come back and join in and keep going.
And
so,
if you're located in Australia and you buy it, Sarah will personally drive to your house and deliver it.
No. Maybe if you live on the west of Melbourne.
If it turns out to be someone that doesn't look like Sarah in a wig, then it's Shane.
It might also just be the mailman.
In a wig?
But I will tell you what, if you do buy it from Australia, you will see some of the new packaging that Shane's put a lot of effort into buying. He's, I can't even sample it for you now unless I'm making commitments now that I can't make. But we have some new fancy packaging with my name on it and some fancy bags with some colouring stuff on it and all this stuff that at the moment is only for Australian customers because we're sort of testing it here. If it works well, we might see if we can bring it to America too. It's just packaging, but it's fun packaging. So I'm just going to have a read of the comments while I think you're almost through it now.
Almost done.
So there's a few people who said that they've got them, which is great. If you like digital colouring books, you can actually, the printable, I've also given them as separate PDF files or a combined PDF file, so you can import them into like Procreate if you want to do that. Just some good memories etched into the desk is absolutely right. It's etched in versus stripped away. Rosalind is expecting me to drive to Adelaide, so thanks for that, Shane. And can it support Ohuhu alcohol marker ink? We're going to talk about that briefly. So the digital edition, Sarah, that comes when you buy the physical one, which we've got that link there. We'll post it a few times throughout this live stream in case anyone misses it. We send you the digital one as like an extra add-on. You actually can't buy it on its own at the moment. So, and Hayley, the book is in America, just not any of the fun packaging. Still work on that. But
or Sarah delivering it to you.
Or Sarah personally delivering it
Sarah
to you.
will deliver it to you personally or send someone on her behalf.
I'll tell you what, I'll send someone on my behalf being the mailman.
It's not wrong.
I will deliver it to you in America if you're happy to pay the shipping costs that include my flight. All right. So what I actually did, so Kat is wanting to use the alcohol markers. Now, I've done some tests in this book and it can take alcohol markers, but you'll ruin the page in the back like every other book that exists.
It's really nice paper though.
It is really thick paper.
Yeah.
So it actually will handle a little bit.
It'll just
But I
suck
know
all
that
the
when
ink
you
in.
do layers, you wanna when you use alcohol markers, do blending and stuff like that. You can't do that on this kind of paper. This paper is better for pencils. Water-based markers, it can take like 10 layers. So water-based markers, go for your life. Watercolor, go for your life. I'm going to use the Derwent Inktense pencils today on mine. When it comes to alcohol markers, that's where I would suggest printing on your own paper. And your favorite paper
is Express It blending card.
Express It blending card. This is what we actually used in the alcohol marker video, and apparently didn't put enough emphasis on it because it was the #1 question in that video.
So that's the question I get all the time too, even though it's usually somewhere. So
yeah,
people are just interested.
there you go. So I've actually printed a few pages here that you can choose from to colour. I've also given you an art supply test page. This is from the back of the book, so that if you aren't sure about what it can handle, you can actually just test it on here to see what goes through. Do we want to actually, this is the one I've brought in, isn't it? Just as an example, can I just steal your beautiful markers that you've brought? So just to show you, like if I do a thin layer like that versus let's do like a bit of a build up, just to show you how much that will go through.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah. So look, it's, if you are using it like that, you can just see it's risky. I wouldn't recommend it if you've got the printable option anyway. But like if you're not worried about the picture on the other side anyway, then it's kind of like go for it. The one thing about this paper is it will soak it up. So you're not going to get that, the wonderful blending like what you get on the other
Also
paper.
waste a lot of ink that you don't need to waste.
Yeah, that's it. So not really recommended. So what picture are you going to do?
So I see where you were going with this one.
Because I know that you do amazing faces, but I don't know if that's a 2-hour commitment though.
Yeah. I reckon I'm going to go this guy. Because
The lanterns.
I love doing lighting and I'm obsessed with lanterns. I collect them and I even have a tattoo of one. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
We have a few lanterns here, actually. We should one day have a look. Compare. No, that's weird. Let's not do that. The good thing about this one too is, like we were saying, we could just maybe focus on the big one,
100%.
and then you can colour the others in your own leisure.
Yeah.
By the way, this book is actually for you.
Is
to
it?
take with you?
Oh,
I didn't say that at the start.
Thank you so much.
So I thought rather than mailing you one, you're coming, so I should give you one.
Oh my god.
Although if you
amazing.
want, I can go put it in one of the fancy bags.
I would really like you to deliver it to my house though.
I'm happy to do that for you, Kat.
She did personally deliver it to you.
Yeah, well, that's actually a good point.
I did
No,
personally.
actually, yeah, no, that's a good point. Thank you so much.
All right, there is a bit of feedback in there for Shane from someone on the packaging, because Shane does the packaging here in Australia. So it might even be worth. Oh, that's all right. I'll let you chat with Shane in the chat. You might even be able to work that out. I will stay out of that conversation because I get distracted by comments. Actually, let me show you some of the ones that were kind of inspired by old pictures very quickly. So, here's a page I've started. So I'm doing this in my own time. I'm sorry I'm not providing a tutorial for it because I'm doing this on the couch in front of the TV at night to relax. This is only half done. I'm still building up a lot of layers. This is just pencil. So I'm using the Caran d'Ache Luminance. And I sort of started, so the tree, I've started some shading and then I realized it would be easier to do the background first to help me get context. So I've just gone straight to the background and my goal is to kind of create a bit of a glowy, whimsical kind of look. So I've gone darker around the edge and I plotted out the lightest points first. And now I'm kind of going back and trying to figure out the mid-tones and blend. And I'm at the point that I think I might grab some kind of like a blending solution or something, because at this point there's a lot of wax on the page and I'm pretty happy with a lot of the colors. And so before I do another layer, I think I'll kind of flatten it out to try and get rid of the white and then keep going.
I was about to ask if solvent goes well on the paper. So I guess
I haven't tried it yet. Yeah, so I guess that's my experiment to figure out. But then some other ones. So this page was originally this page that I did in another book. And so I've broken it up as a bigger spread. But that was I think that was my first ever time colouring with the Derwent ink pens, actually, which is what I'm using again today.
They look great.
Thank you. That video, that's actually a video on my channel. This one isn't. This is actually one of my older designs from a few years ago. And so again, I actually still really like this design. This was one of my earlier attempts with alcohol markers. And I had this theory that like, oh, it doesn't matter if I go over the lines because I can just cover it and blend it into the background. And then I started on the background and realized that doesn't work when you're using a heavy dark red. And so then I decided, well, I'm going to have to lean into it and build them into shadows. But the shadows weren't necessarily what I originally planned. It was a bit of an accident turned into art. But I actually still kind of like it. I did try to do a few like blending different colors together. But this was like early days for me. And that's just printer paper. You can tell by how much it's gone through. It's like the same on both sides. So that's just cheap printer paper. So the other one, no, that's all I've got in here. I also have this one that is on a different paper. This was one I printed out for the video where I had different artists teach me watercolors. So this was my first attempt at a portrait with watercolor. So this page is in here, but I've added a little bit more to it. I don't know where it is. It's in here somewhere. She's got a body. That's kind of, I think that's the only difference. And her eyes, I adjusted her eyes to be a little bit less like glazed, staring. There she is. How different does that look? Can I just point out? That to me looks like a totally different person to that. I think it's because with the shading.
The shading, yeah.
I really like thinned out her jawline, but it's the same. And the lips, it's the same. Because I didn't change those. What I changed was just the eyes and adding this. Everything else is the same.
It's the Payne's Grey. It's like quite dark down here.
Yeah. So. It just shows how much lighting and colouring can totally transform a picture. That's the thing I find exciting about this, is just watching how other people take this and everyone interprets it so differently, and it comes out and they look like people. Like they look like actual people that they're all different though, depending on the skin tone, the hair color. It's amazing. All right, I'm actually thinking I want to color this page. We were talking about this page earlier because I was under the impression I've had a few people ask, what is this? I'm hoping that this picture gives more context on this picture, but this is also in the colouring planner, which is where it didn't have the context of the wood. These are mushrooms, but they grow on the wood. And I found a picture and I was like, oh, those mushrooms are really artistic and beautiful. And so I decided to turn them into this. I thought they were pinwheel mushrooms, but then we looked up pinwheel mushrooms today and realised they are not pinwheel mushrooms. And so I spent a lot of time this morning trying to work out what kind of mushrooms they were. Wherever my phone went, I ended up working out what they were called. It was the common name was like oysterly mushroom. They're not an oyster mushroom, that's different, but it's similar. But I went through about 5 different types, which is really like,
Things you didn't know you were going to learn.
I learned a lot about mushrooms today. So let's jump in though, because it's already 20 minutes gone and we've only got 2 hours. Yeah, that's what happens.
Let's do it.
Welcome to live streams. So you've got your Copics. I've got Copics. Do you call them Copics or Copics?
I swap because people tell me I'm wrong no matter what I say. So.
I'm going to start with my Derwent Inktense, and then I'm thinking I'll come in with some pencils afterwards.
I have pre-prepared some spray bottles with Copic ink in them.
Oh, okay. I'm really excited to see what you do.
I just hopefully won't gas you and everyone else in the room. See how we go.
And don't worry about the desk, because as we've discussed,
I still worry about the desk. You've only got one spot you got to hide when you're filming now. If I start up.
No, we actually just bought some big sheets of paper to put down.
That actually makes sense. All right. Wishing you luck.
Ooh. It's gone. Wow. So that, you know what that reminds me of is actually when I've done mixed media and you can get like shimmer sprays and stuff.
I don't
You know what? The one time I've used them was colouring this page.
Oh, really?
I wonder if we can find it. It's
Great minds
somewhere.
think alike.
Shane, do you know where that page went? Oh, you might find. I'll have to have a look. I coloured this page and then I made it 3D.
Ooh.
And so
I would like to see that. That is well.
But I did like shimmer sprays on it. So anyway, I'm going to leave you to that. I'm going to start picking my colours. So Elizabeth, she's actually spraying her Copic markers.
So, whoa.
Do you want to explain that a little bit more?
Yes. So this is the old bottle. Hang on, I have a new one here too. They did change what their inks look like. So this is the new ink. Where am I? So this is the colour I've got in there. I've just poured a little bit into the spray bottle, and I'm just spraying it on. So once it's dry, you can see like there's sections that need to dry a little bit more. I can just go in and draw on it like I would if I'd coloured it with the felt tip.
That's cool.
It just gives it kind of a bit more of a glowy effect. I don't have to try and blend it, and it takes less time.
That's cool. I'm doing a bit of a hack with my Inktense today, which I've done a few times in videos, where instead of mixing them with water, like instead of turning them into like watercolor paints, I'm actually using an alcohol marker. So I'm using a colours blender. This is just a hoo-hoo because I have like 20 of them now. And you can see how that pulls the colour quite well.
So it's essentially a solvent in a marker.
Yeah,
That's
it
really
works
good.
really well as a coloured pencil solvent. And because the Derwent Inktense are made to be basically a type of a permanent watercolour pencil,
Yeah.
it ends up working really, really well on them. So any water-soluble pencils, this is a good hack. And the best thing about this, I need actually to... I should grab some of your paper towel too. So, because when it does do this, you end up with it staining and you have to rub it for a bit to get rid of it. But that won't go through. That's the difference. Look, I can't show you here.
Huh.
So while the other stuff did go through, when you do pencils with a colourless blender, it doesn't pull the colour through.
That's awesome.
So it's a really cool little trick if you're kind of not ready for like full watercolour. Books that won't handle full watercolour will often still handle this method.
That's really interesting.
So it's a really good like halfway to still kind of feel like you're doing watercolour without actually doing watercolour. So I think I've got my colours that I'm going to start with. Wait, why did I have that one? I think it's just these three. Keeping it simple. I have 4 here, but if anyone is wanting to colour along, we've got Sicilian Yellow, number 220. I've got Red Oxide, 1910, and Burnt Orange, 260. So these are the Derwent Inktense, and I'm going to kind of just use the 3 of those, I think, for most of it, because as much as I love to get complicated with like 50 pencils, that's also how it takes 5 hours. So I'm also going to just move this stuff out of the way. Oof.
If anyone's wondering what's happening right now, I have blending alcohol in here, and I'm just cleaning out the spray.
Ah, that's a good idea. You could totally do that on another piece of paper, and then it's just like patterned. Like my mixed media brain kicks in and goes, "You could use that. It's colour. It's pigment. Any pigment on any piece of paper should be saved."
I do have some really pretty paper towels in my studio.
Save them for art. Mm-hmm. All right, so that is coming in later. I'm thinking I'm going to keep... So what I might do is focus on just one of these sections. Yeah, this one. The good thing about the Inktense is that I don't have to do like 50 layers and like I can get a much quicker result, because normally when I use pencils, I like to really burnish them and blend them like perfectly, but that means taking a lot more time to do like 10 layers and get it really good, whereas this should take the pressure off a bit.
Can you do both? Like once you've used the solvent, can you then burnish on top, or does it kind of change how the paper works?
No, the solvent's actually, the good thing about solvent with any kind of pencils is it kind of doesn't change the paper, it just changes the pigment. Mm-hmm. So then you almost get to start over again on top.
That's pretty cool.
So it is really good if you're starting to feel like the layers are building up too much. It's a good way to kind of just get the colour to sit where it is, and then you can colour another layer on top. So I'm going to just do this one, and then if this works, it's all an experiment. If this works, I'll do the second one a bit more slowly to explain my process a bit better.
I love that. It's like, I'll explain it if
let me
I actually want to commit to this.
Let me try it first. And then
I'm going to get very dirty fingers. I don't think he's going to stay.
So I have, okay, so just first explanation with where I'm up to. So I've basically done a very light, almost first layer with the 3 different colours blending into each other, which I can explain a bit more detail in the next one. Now my plan is, and I'll try and sort of follow the lines, is just to kind of wet them, and you see how quickly that turns into almost marker.
That's so cool. That's really satisfying to watch.
The one thing I will say with that is because it's pulling the dark colour, I want to do a little bit of the dark colour and then clean the tip of my marker, which is why I have this, and then come back for the rest of it, so that I don't just turn the whole thing into the dark. Maybe I should actually go light to dark, and then that wouldn't be a problem. If I go that direction, do a light first and move backwards. Meanwhile, you are doing... What are you doing?
Textures!
You've got like layers going on over here.
We did mention the layers thing, right? Yeah, I kind of really love splatter textures, so any chance I get
I'm excited to see it.
Me too.
Have you ever tried mixed media? Like, I mean, this is mixed media, right?
But not like extreme
Like art journaling kind of
No,
level?
never tried. Never tried. Should.
I feel like you would like some of the supplies that come with mixed media.
Yeah.
Looking at this. Like,
Yeah, I was looking at some of the mixed media stuff you've done, like when you did stuff with the mixed media artists, and I was like, how could I use that?
Yeah. That's the thing I find is it becomes the biggest trap to just like buying more supplies, and then you're like, now where do I put them so I don't forget that I've bought them?
I had a problem where before I had kids, and I'm going back to it now, I used to do a lot of layered resin.
I've always wanted to.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is really
I haven't
fun,
touched
but
resin yet.
the fumes are not great for someone without a studio door and 2 small children that are very interested in what you're doing. So but with that, that's a total trap because I just keep buying little like trays that I could put resin artworks in, and I just have like piles of them.
I've never done resin. Actually, that's not true. I did a sample resin at a trade show once. Oh, so what you've done is mask it off so you keep the lighter colour.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So that new spray you've done is just darker.
And
That's
then
really cool.
in theory, I could probably blend that out with a blender or this colour again. But this is just getting all of the colours down.
While we're going on this, just want to say a quick hello to Rhonda, who's jumped in as well, and Sparkling Rose Creations. I don't know if I missed any other members that have popped in, but good to see everyone here. So I actually really like how that first one turned out, and that was so quick.
So fast. You're going to beat me.
I'm going to beat you. There's no way that pencils can beat markers, and yet here we are. Because we're both doing it a bit different to usual. So just to show this in a bit more detail, I'm just trying to keep light pressure, and as I'm colouring each section, I'm sort of treating the middle of the mushroom as the darkest point. And as I go out, I'm using like a light circular motion, like a lot of the blending videos that I have on my channel, and just getting lighter pressure as I go towards the outwards. So it's kind of like a gradient in itself. And so by doing the gradient with the first layer, and I can come back and add more, then I do the same with the second layer, but the second layer now kind of starts at that and does the same thing, but the stronger pressure is in the middle, and then it gets lighter as it goes out. I don't know if any of that made any sense.
Makes sense to me.
The main thing is keeping your pressure light, and as long as it gets lighter as you head towards your white, it'll always end up looking pretty natural. The circular motion is something that you don't really see, but it is something that I'm kind of always subconsciously doing now, just after And having my pencils more on the side rather than down also means that the lines you can't see as much because I'm using more of the side of the pencil. And holding it further back, which is actually a marker tip that you mentioned in the video, of the same thing with markers of when you're starting out, hold it back and then move further forward when you get into the detail.
Crab handy otherwise as well.
Well, yeah, it hurts your hands. That's one thing I've noticed. I can colour a lot more when I do this method of back. But these Inktense pencils are also quite forgiving. So it's like even if I don't get the gradient perfect, it doesn't really matter because once you bring the water in, it kind of changes anyway. So I'm really just trying to get enough initial colour down.
And then you can go in on top if you really
That's it. I can come on a second layer, which I probably will do. But I thought, let's just, for the sake of trying to get something on this page by the end of our 2 hours. Try to get more of this down. What are you doing now?
I don't know.
Oh, I love that. I mean, that is the answer of every bit of true art, really, isn't it?
If your desk wasn't ruined before,
that's what I said.
Definitely
I'm going to
now.
ruin it for
Because
you.
that's alcohol ink too, so that's a lot harder to clean up.
Nah, I have ways.
Although I have to say, you're like on my page now.
I'm so sorry. Oh no. Oh, it was intentional. I'm trying to sabotage you.
She's like hogging all the pages and even jumping onto mine. I don't think that's going to come off.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. You're cleaning the alcohol markers with the alcohol
This
marker
is why you
solution.
don't invite anyone else to come down here.
This is why we're doing this right before we're going to replace the desk. This desk has served me so long, and I reckon even a year ago, Shane's like, I think it's time to replace your desk, and I was like, no, we can do it. It's fine. It's still fine. It's still good.
Gassing us in the process of
that's pretty strong.
I'm going to stop.
It's fine. Don't worry about the desk. It either has to look really clean or really chaotic.
Yes.
I feel like
there is no in between.
So fun story. Adding memories to the desk, as Caitlin is saying. Need a wall between you two. That's Liz. Liz is here.
Hi, Liz.
Liz and Kat are good friends.
Yes.
Whew.
I'm sorry.
There aren't any windows open because of sound. Oh, there we go. An important segue.
Yes, don't try this at home. Please ventilate your studio.
All right, this mushroom, I'm going to try blending in reverse. So I'm going to start on the outside and not dip into the dark colours until I dip into the dark colours with everything, because then I'm not going to have to clean my thing in between. I don't know. I'm making this up as I go along as well. That's what we do. That's how you make art. It's more fun when you don't know what the end result's going to be. So my theory with these mushrooms, I mean, I don't know if this is actually the true accurate colour of them, but my theory with this page when I designed it was that even if you don't want to colour mushrooms accurately, if you actually just like follow this pattern with any colour, it would just be a cool pattern.
Yeah.
So I might another day just colour them like rainbow, because I think that would actually be really cool.
Very satisfying.
And just either go light to dark or dark to light, I think is the key to sort of, I don't know.
I'm having regrets for being lazy about not masking off again. But I thought this might be interesting. It's a different colour when you
What?
See?
The purple and the blue.
Because I put the tiny bit of the isopropyl alcohol in with that to lighten it up. And it does weird things when you put it on the back.
Huh.
Don't ask me the science. I don't know.
That's not our job.
No.
All right, I'm liking this method. I think actually, like, given how often this stuff ends up in like a really messy middle, and you spend most of the messy middle going, oh no, especially on a live, you're like, oh no, if this doesn't work out, it's like, uh-oh. I'm really happy with my middle because I feel like I could actually just do this and the end result would look really cool. So we actually have our first super chat. Woohoo! New Doc Prime, thank you so much. I'm going to read out your comment for everyone. It says, when I was a child, I used the cheap felt pens and pencils and every time always left white gaps. Was that the cheap equipment or me? That's a really good question. I actually think you should watch the video that I did with Kat on markers, because I spent a lot of time playing with water-based markers in that video, and I discovered that there wasn't as much difference as you'd expect between cheap markers and good markers. What the biggest difference was in the paper, which is true here as well.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
It's the paper. So I have somewhere here, and maybe one of our team can see if they can find it so I can show you. I have another copy of this book that was our prototype of the book. And in that, I actually coloured with some Crayola water-based markers so that I can show you what you're able to do if the paper's good. And like with water-based markers, you can actually use a tiny bit of water or a wet brush to blend them. Kind of like you're using the alcohol to blend that. And so that's how you sort of get rid of streaks and do those extra details that you assume that water-based markers can't do. Oh, here we go. Thank you.
That was quick.
That was quick. So this is water-based markers.
That's like
Yeah, so water-based markers.
That's really cool.
And using them with water. So like the outside especially, because this paper handles actually quite a bit of water. I just drew like a little thin trace of like the purple and then just spread it out with the marker.
The texture that you've got here looks like it's just paint.
Yeah,
like
just
that sort of
watercolor.
splatter.
I think from memory, I can't remember now though, this is a few weeks ago, but I think from memory for that I actually had a bit of plastic and drew the water on the plastic and then transferred it with the brush, because that's another sort of technique they can use. So some of this was just coloured and some of it was transferred. There is another page in here. This is my wonderful prototype where like there's blank pages and there's like I did a drawing but hadn't made it digital yet. So this is like the real real rough. Here's another one. This was water-based markers as well. So that I used, this I believe was just Crayola again, even for this. So it's about, if you're using water-based markers, use them with water. So I did a lot of that in that video. I think that's the only two in there. I did a lot of that in that video that you can actually watch. Thank you for that.
If there was smell-o-vision, everyone would be leaving the chat right now.
So Liz has just commented about like, it's good that it's such thick paper. I actually, so Liz has her own channel. And I would really like to see Liz take on a page of this.
Oil paints. Yes.
With the paints.
Liz is an amazing oil painter. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Just stunning.
Liz Gridley. Look her up on YouTube.
She has a solo show this year.
Solo show?
In the middle of the year.
I want to come to one of yours. Have you done your solo show
Yeah.
now?
I didn't invite you
I was
because
gonna
I thought it was
come.
going to be too far for you and I felt bad.
No. I wanted to come.
Oh, no. Oh, I've got another one coming up in a couple of years.
In a couple of years.
I needed a break.
Fair enough.
They were like, do you want to do another one? I was like, no.
You need time to explore everything going in the
Yes.
show. Oh. How did it go?
It was good. It was good. It was very stressful.
Because I know you were a bit anxious about that. I think we talked about that in the video, that you were
Yes.
feeling uncomfortable
I was
about
very
that.
uncomfortable about it. But no, it was fine.
And we talked about that in my creativity video.
It was that one, I think.
Yeah, the first video last year. Oh, yes, that was a while ago.
Yeah, because I'd left it way too late. Like I had like a year and a half to do all the work, and then I left it to I was like, I've got 6 months, that'll be fine. And then like chaos happened, like we all got sick multiple times.
I shouldn't laugh. I'm laughing because that's incredibly relatable. Like our 7-year-old has been in hospital 7 times since the start of January with his asthma.
I don't know how you're
And we
functioning
just
right
kind
now.
of had to just stick it out and just keep going. And I don't think we told our members, but I don't think we even told everyone else, because it was just like, I don't want to be that person that's just constantly complaining about all the things going wrong right now and why I'm not making as many videos. So we kind of just kept it to ourselves. But we're through it now, I think.
Touch wood.
Yeah, the worst of it's over. My jaw's doing better too. I don't know feel about that. Sorry, I'm sharpening. That's the really loud noises for a second. Yeah, my jaw's doing better too, which is why we're doing live streams.
Yay.
Because last year I couldn't talk. And so we were filming my main videos in like 10-minute intervals to get through so that we could still do something. But live streams were just not an option.
Things you didn't realize were like really useful. Backs and jaws.
Jaws, and just not talking when you're a YouTuber. There was one day that I actually went completely mute because it got so painful. Not talking when you're a YouTuber and you run a team and you have children. The children was actually the hardest because you'd say to them, all right, well, Shane would say to them, okay, Mummy can't talk today. Her jaw's very sore. And they go, okay, so Mum. You're like, no, stop. Did you not just hear what we said? Anyway.
Kids.
Yeah. But here we are.
Oh, I'm glad.
We're
That's
back,
better.
and I'm ready to do more live streams this year. So this is our first, and our plan is that at least once a month we do either a live stream for everyone like this or a live stream just for our members. And then over time we can look at doing a bit more. So we'll see how that goes. So our next live stream will probably be a members only live stream, just because we want our members to be able to have a bit more access to stuff like that. But then I'm, hopefully doing more like this down the track too.
I love doing live streams because I don't have to edit anything. It's great.
Shane, I think, is pushing for us to do more live streams more than anyone. I do like them too, though. I like that we can sit here and just like chat and do this without having to plan. And the main videos that I do, I put so much time into even just like getting a script ready and stuff. So this is a lot less pressure for me.
Yeah.
We get to just hang out and
It's nice to
great.
be able to bounce off of people as well. When it's just kind of
Yes.
you talking to a camera.
I much prefer doing collaborations for that reason.
Yes.
Having someone else here to chat with is just the best.
So whiffy. All right, I'm going to use this guy. Pick some colors. I always feel really, what's the word? Lied to by Copic. Because this is, I'm going to put this in your shot.
Yeah,
No?
just steal my camera. Do it.
Steal the camera. This is a gold color.
Shane missed the memo that she's still in the camera. Thank you, Shane.
There we go. Yeah, it looks like it's supposed to be gold, but it's just like
It's just normal.
it's just a normal.
Oh, that
marker.
looks really metallic. That's confusing.
Yes, and then every time I'm like, this one now.
Oh, it's disappointing.
It is a nice color, but it's
Yeah.
not that color.
Oh, that's such a common thing, though, that colours just don't match. The Inktense are particularly difficult with that because when you wet them, they become a different colour.
So they're darker, like they're more
Not
vibrant.
always. Yeah, they look. So when you first lay them down, they come out darker, and then when you wet them, the colour tends to come out. But like, just look at these two, for example. At a glance, it's not really obvious which one's the dark and which one's the light. Which one do you think is the darker of the two colours I'm using?
I feel like this is a trick question. This one.
You would say that one,
But
right?
it's this one, right?
Look at the other ends.
Lies.
Lies. Yeah, so that's like, so yeah, you have to look at the other end, and that's, I guess, where swatch charts and stuff. I mean, I brought my swatch chart today, but the only swatch chart I have here is for Prismacolors. I didn't bring my think tanks one, so it's not very helpful. So
It's part of the
Ooh.
challenge.
There is not much I can say, and Shane's already going to laugh at me because he knows I can't keep a secret.
I'll cut your mic.
There's not much. I'm going to keep it really like just zzz. But I'm working on a new product that will solve this problem. Not
okay.
solve the problem, that will assist
I like this
in
plan.
this topic. And that is all I'm going to say. Our team have been getting photos of prototypes and stuff, and it's very exciting, and it looks really pretty, and I'm really excited, and I really want to show everyone, and I really want to show you, and a card. I'll show you afterwards.
Yes.
You can get an early look, but no one else.
And like later.
That's so mean.
Usually when I start the live stream and I say that, by the end of the live stream, I've shown everyone the actual thing, and Shane's like, you can't keep a secret. I'm like, yeah, but I
I'll
did.
stand here and slap if
I
something
did.
appears.
And then he's like, you can't leave them with that. And so then he's the one spilling the secret. So, you know. All right. So, how are we doing for time? We've not even we're not halfway yet. So we're
Yay.
okay.
All right.
Given where I'm at with colouring.
Although
Although I'm not
I feel
halfway
like-
in colouring either. So that's probably, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. All right.
Sarah, what pencils are you using?
These are the Derwent Inktense, which is why they are so beautifully changing colour when I'm doing this. I did, if you actually rewind to the start of the stream, I did list also the specific numbers. I can try and hold them here at a brief glance too, though that's not going to focus, right? Where are we? Look at that, there you go. Quick little, so that you can just write them down again if you need. Take a screenshot. What are you doing now?
I'm making
That sounded really accusatory. I'm sorry.
noises.
It sounded really like,
I mean, since I destroyed your desk and gassed the whole room, that is fair enough.
what are you doing now, Kat? It was far more aggressive than I intended it to be.
I'm now, so now that I've sort of done all of my warm tones, I'm starting to move into cooler tones to match the background colour. So I'm trying my very best to not just immediately go into like a very cold brown colour.
I have noted, this is a problem I often have, is that my latest few have ended up a lot darker than my first few.
Yeah.
I think because I keep forgetting that the first one I only actually coloured out like a third, and now I'm like going much further.
It's the problem with being confident that it works.
Yeah,
like, yeah, we're
yeah,
good.
great. And then you just keep going and then overdo it. So I need to pull back a bit in the next ones. But I mean, the variety works because nature isn't perfectly symmetrical and perfectly matching. So I just lean into that. But I will try and pull back a bit on the others because I want more of the light colours. I like the light colours.
There was a reference picture you were looking at before that had like a beautiful backlit version of them, like kind of. It
Oh,
looked
yeah?
like it was backlit a little bit.
I'm not even thinking about lighting today. When I think about lighting, I start to spend a lot of time just sitting and staring at the page. I know the last time I did a live stream, someone's like, you spend so much time trying to make decisions. I'm like, yeah, well, that's because it's a live stream. In our main videos, I cut all that out so you don't see all that sitting time. So I wanted today to pick something that for me, I could be more confident that it would work rather than ambitious and then don't finish it. So that was a bit of an intentional decision today. That's why I'm not colouring a face.
That is also why I'm not colouring a face. Although I suppose you could technically use all these techniques on a face if you wanted to. Maybe don't spray bottle them though.
I think the difference is for me, if I was to do a face, I wouldn't accept it being like halfway.
Yeah,
I'd become the perfectionist, and therefore 2 hours would not be enough for me. Even if I could do a decent job in 2 hours, it wouldn't be enough for what I would want to do, and I wouldn't want to leave a half done. And I think it's also good in these live streams because this is an opportunity where we're colouring in real time, which I don't often do in my main videos anymore. So this becomes a better opportunity for people that do want to kind of copy the techniques.
Yeah, to
and
actually
colour
see
along
how they work. Yeah.
to see how long it realistically takes, and to even see just, you know, I know when I watch people, I'm watching their pencil strokes, I'm watching how they hold their pencils. I feel like I'm a bad example and hold my pencils, but I'm doing okay today. When I get really focused, I definitely do what do they call it? Death grip on the pencil. But no, I think it's more detail. I do that. And I'm starting to learn the more I loosen up, actually, the more forgiving the pencils are as a result. So
I'm doing it at the moment. I'm not allowed to use all of my fingers.
Ah.
And in fact, I've started sort of like training myself to use my pinky as my stabilizer.
Okay.
Because I've got shaky hands anyway. So
Yeah. Oh, on the
then,
page.
Yeah. So then that way it
Right.
stops me from like...
From grabbing it. That's a good, yeah.
Because sometimes I do still.
Yeah, for me, it's about choosing that pencil grip more. Stops me then. Because you have to then physically change. Because my grip that I go for is the 2 fingers on there.
Is that like Taylor, I saw someone saying Taylor Swift holds her pencil weird, and it kind of looks like that.
Really?
I couldn't work out how to do it.
That's
It's
how
something
I go to, like if I'm writing, I'm
this?
using my middle finger as the main support. So now when I colour, I try to force myself to use the first or put it in between, not to have that middle one over. Because that seems to be the difference for me. Like if I do that now, I can't loosen. I actually can't hold it gently with that finger.
Oh, yeah.
So by holding it like that, it's a lot easier
You're
to...
forced to. That makes sense.
It's softer. Yeah. Interesting things. So I put that one underneath it instead of on top.
Yes. Then you don't have the pressure.
Yeah.
Unable to provide pressure.
Do you know what I was actually really proud of? When he's 5 now, our son, when he started learning how to draw, his default grip was not like this or this, right, which is normal. His is this. And I was like, that's like a pro artist
I was going to say, that's a good grip.
And he would colour like this. And I was like, he's like natural talent.
In the genes.
But then, of course, the teacher... So I didn't train him not to do it because I was like, you know, at school, they can teach him the proper pencil grip.
Yeah.
And when he's ready for school, I'll also help with that because it's not fair to be like, it's a teacher's job. But like, I also don't want to untrain him from this other grip that's actually a really good art grip for like, especially for doing things like chalk pastels and stuff. I want to give him time to explore that first and to develop that grip before I then correct it.
Yeah, absolutely.
He did do his prep orientation and they're like, oh, he needs to work on his pencil grip. I'm like, okay, fine. We'll do it. He actually can do both really well, but his go-to is always the over. And then I tell him, no, you have to hold it the other way. And then he's really good. But I was just so proud that his like natural go-to grip that he chose was an art grip.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I was like, that's right. Oh, Josh is here. Hi, Josh. And Cara. Hello, Cara. I always like seeing familiar faces on the streams. Okay, I totally was like, don't do the dark colours first, and then I went straight into the middle. And so then I can't go back to the light.
I'm glad we decided to do one at a time because I totally underestimated how much time I was going to spend blending anyway.
It wouldn't be a true colouring video if we didn't underestimate something.
I really should know better, but you know.
You think after all these years you'd know how long it takes? No. Because I think we underestimate which parts of the project take the longest, and so we shorten some and then they're not the parts that actually needed to be shortened.
Yeah. I mean,
hello, Mrs. French. Good to see you.
I feel like the underestimating the time of things carries on into my like normal life anyway. Yeah, we'll get there if I leave it this time.
Do you know what I've worked out is my problem with time? Is that I work out how long it'll take to get somewhere, but I forget to account for the time of getting out the door and in the car.
Or car parking.
Yeah, I forget that too. So like, it's a 7-minute drive. Great. 7-minute drive. And so I give myself 10 minutes to be generous and then forget that it takes 5 minutes for all of that in between stuff. If you've got kids, it takes about 15.
More, I was going to say it's more than 5 minutes.
Yeah. There's a comment here from Emily saying, I'm glad you're back in the studio, Kat.
Yay! Thank you.
It is fun having you back.
I love being here. It's so fun.
We haven't actually... No, we have seen each other in person at least once between our last things.
Yes.
At a social thing. But we should hang out more. We don't exactly look close.
No.
Close enough for stuff like this
We'll
sometimes.
force the kids to be friends and then go play in the playground together.
Yeah, that's it. We can be mum friends. Mum friends and art friends. I should probably show you, just for context, how often I'm cleaning this. You can see that. Like,
Wow.
because this is, I guess, the one downside to using the alcohol marker is it picks up the pigment really quickly.
Do you find if you don't clean it, then it just becomes that colour?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I'm having to so it probably is using up a lot of ink. So downside to the hack, but the upside is that, and gee, I hope this works. The upside, yay, is that it doesn't go through the page even though I'm using alcohol, and I'm able to do a lot of really vibrant colour. So it'd be really awkward if that went through the page. But I was pretty confident.
I love the last minute hesitation.
There's a comment here that I have to read. Oh, it's from Liz, because it looks complicated. What did she say? Getting out of the house with kids is Schrodinger's quandary. Is it the right word? Quandary.
Yeah.
It's both an hour and 5 minutes at the same time.
100%.
Yes, and you don't know which one it's going to be.
That's like the 5-minute drive to school is both an hour and 5 minutes, depending on if it's you or the kid.
It's also like even if you live 5 minutes from school, it takes half an hour just to get out of the car park.
Oh my God. I've worked, so for people who don't know, my daughter's just started school. So I'm learning all of the how to be a school mum. And I've discovered that I should get there at 2:30-ish rather than 3:30 to get a car park and not walk
my
for
suggestion, as someone who's done this a few times, is the options are either bring a book that you only read at that time, because then you look forward to the hour in the car and it's like, no, this is my time, and you enjoy your book.
Yes.
Or bring a laptop and do some work, which is a very sad to see the kids just sitting for an hour and then work in the car. Or use that time to try and make friends. Although, to be honest, I know with ours, most people don't get out of the car until 20 minutes before. They sit in their car for the other 40.
Also, it's at the moment anyway, here it's hot.
Yeah. So that's not great. Or if there's an after school care program, you book them in and even just have them stay for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because then you miss all the traffic.
Yeah. That's
so
a great idea.
Actually doing 15 minutes of after school care, depending on the cost of it as well, obviously, ends up being way more time saving, and you end up home at the same time.
Noted.
Because that half an hour you spend getting out of the car park plus the hour beforehand, you gain that back really quickly, even if they only go in there for 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, I at the moment am sort of doing that. One of my sort of New Year's resolutions was to try and actually do some things that used to be hobbies of mine before I just do kids and work. So I bring the Switch and I'm playing Zelda.
Oh, you're a Zelda person.
See, I've just started Tears of the Kingdom. That's how long it's been since I've played a game. I haven't played it since it came out. So that's what we're doing at the moment.
Can we have a Zelda tangent? Okay, so we've come for a colouring video. And so far we've gone on to motherhood, we've gone on to health. I feel like it's time for a Zelda tangent.
Mm-hmm. I can do it
appropriate.
100%.
So we're big Zelda fans in this family. Shane brought Zelda into our family because he grew up playing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never heard of it. And one day he decides he wants to get back into Zelda. And so he comes with Breath of the Wild. This was only a year or two ago. Mm-hmm. So Breath of the Wild had been out for a long time. And he's playing it. And I'm looking at it going, gee, I might be into that. And he was really surprised. So I got into it, and then I loved it. And then our eldest son got into it as well.
Oh my God, amazing.
But he was really funny because he used to watch Shane play, and every time that Shane would die, he would cry.
Oh no.
He was so upset. And so it became this actually really good learning thing for him of it's okay. Shane's not upset that he's died. And it's okay to die in a game because you just get to try again. So it became a really good lesson on failing, and it's okay, and you just have another go.
It added a whole element of pressure of if you die, it's going to make your child cry.
I thought you were going to say you played it Nuzlocke, you just couldn't die.
I mean, yeah, to a point it was like, and so then when you're dying and you're like, oh, that was frustrating, it's like amplified because the kid next to you's crying.
Oh no.
So he's doing much better now, but over time he developed a love for Zelda, and a lot of it was just watching YouTubers play it. And he's like 9, and so finally a few months ago he said, okay, you're old enough to play it now. And I started the game with him, and I was like, now we're going to see how long it takes you to have your first death. And we made this really weird, big, bizarre excitement over him dying the first time.
Yeah.
Because I was so worried that would just ruin the game for him. And I know that it's a hard game, like for a kid.
Oh, you die so much.
Yeah. And so I was like, it'll be good for him. But he's probably also like, he got in and he aced the game. He didn't die for like the first 2 hours of playing.
Oh.
He was really good at it, picked it up really naturally. I mean, that's kids for you.
He's been just training.
Indoctrinated, I
the whole
guess.
time.
Yeah, and he knew exactly where to go and everything. Like, he knew what his mission was. And then he finally did die, and he goes, Mum, I died. And he smiled at me, and we cheered and we celebrated. I said, yeah, you've died. Now you're an official gamer.
Yeah.
And that was enough that after that, like, he loves it. So he's been playing Breath of the Wild, and then he got so into that he's now gone back and playing what he calls what does he call them, Shane?
You're going to say like the old games, right?
That's pretty much exactly what he calls them.
The Nintendo 64 ones.
Yeah, but like, what does he call them? Like the old Zelda or something? I don't know.
Was it vintage? Like something where you're
Yeah,
like,
he's playing the vintage Zelda. But no, it's not. What other ones has he played, Shane? Because he's actually gone back and really looked into them now.
He's playing Ocarina of Time, which was the one
Classic.
I grew up with.
Yeah.
And he really wants to play the one after that, but I won't let him do that until he finishes the first one.
So what's your opinion? Because I know the first Zelda game I played, I really liked, but I think a lot of Zelda people don't like it.
Which one's that?
Skyward Sword.
So that's the other one that Zach is wanting to play.
Because I really like the artwork in it, like the style that they sort of
This
went
is a
with.
Shane question, because so this is now the problem that Zach
I
every
bought
day.
that one, but I actually never
played
ended
it?
up
Never
playing
played
it.
it.
Because I didn't really like the Nintendo Wii, because the controls are
Yeah, it is a
stupid.
pain. Yeah, that is actually true.
Yeah, so now Zach's thing is, Mum, which Zelda game are you going to play next? And I'm like, it's actually annoying. It's too much. And I'm like, I really like Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
So I've gone and played it. I think this is my 4th time playing it.
Wow.
Because I really like it. And I don't really do that for games.
So have you played Tears of the Kingdom?
I have played Tears of the Kingdom. I found my experience, and looking online, it's a lot of people's experience. I loved Tears of the Kingdom, and I wanted to love it even more. And it did take a bit to adjust to the things I'd taken out from Breath of the Wild, like a few changes that initially didn't like, and then you grow to like them. Mm-hmm. The thing I think that made me kind of want to go back to Breath of the Wild was that Tears of the Kingdom, there was so much to do that you end up with decision paralysis, and you felt like you'd never actually be able to complete the game. So Breath of the Wild, I completed the whole game the first time, and then went back and was like, when I say completed, I completed all the quests. Then I was like, I'm going to go find all the Koroks, right? And I got pretty far in that, and then we got the DLC, and so then we had Master Mode. So I was like, well, might as well start again in Master Mode. And so we started the whole thing again, and so I've done all the main stuff again in Master Mode, a few years ago, and then Tears of the Kingdom came out, and then recently I was like, I kind of want to go back, so I've started Master Mode all over again. So I've like played it a few times. I do want to give Tears of the Kingdom another go once I've kind of exhausted Breath of the Wild again, because I do think it is a great next option. I think the disappointing thing for me, which you might not even be in yet, is like the way they extended the map is really exciting at first, and then it feels very repetitive.
With the towers? Or like...
No, with the you might
Just
know
in
the
general.
chasms.
Oh yeah,
Have
I've
you-
just hit the chasms and I don't really want to go in them. I'm like,
Okay. So you're still at the point where there's a lot of really cool stuff to explore.
Yeah.
And the chasms are really cool when you first sort of finally take the leap, and it's like really scary to go down a chasm. You're like, I don't know what's coming, and it's intense. But then once you've done like 3 or 4, you're like, it's all the same now.
Yeah, no. So far, the first time I went in a chasm, I avoided it, and then I was jumping off one of the sky islands, and I just happened to come down on top of the dragon. And I'm like, I'm just gonna ride the dragon through the entire chasm.
That's pretty fun.
So then I was just like, what is this? Like, what's down there?
Yeah, that's an interesting approach to getting down the chasm.
So I got to sort of check it out before I went down there, and then I was like, oh, it's not that bad. And then I realized you could kind of avoid a lot of the like the bad guys. You can just like skirt around them. I'm that gamer.
I'm a collector.
Yes.
like my inventory is always excessively full and has twice as many things as I will ever need in the game. And I'm like, well, I'll just sell it off and make a lot of money. Like I'm the collector who will play the game longer to pick up every mushroom.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not every now, but
No,
I hit the limit on I actually had 999 of the glow
Oh, really?
the glow lights. I ended up with 999
impressive.
of them and I was like, that's embarrassing.
That's quite impressive. No, it's impressive.
It was helpful, but then I used them just like everywhere. I was like, use them up. Because
no,
it got annoying seeing that you can't pick up any more of these items.
Yeah, no, I do pick up random stuff a lot. But my gamer thing, which annoys the hell out of my husband, is I go, look at that texture. Look over here. Look in a corner. Like someone just spent like 12 hours texturizing this. Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
And he's like, play the game.
You have an appreciation for the behind the scenes.
Liz has said that your new book, Vibrant Wilds, sounds like a name for a Zelda game.
It does.
Do you know what? When I came up with this name, I was actually in the middle. I was taking a break from Zelda, and I'd moved on to another game called Horizon.
Horizon
Because-
Zero Dawn?
What?
No?
Yes.
I love that game too.
So I was really struggling before that to find another game that I liked as much as I like Zelda. And Horizon was the first one where I was like, oh, I like this. Because I realized one of the things I like about games is the sniper sort of options. So like either the bow and arrow, like with Zelda, I love the bow and arrow way more than any of the combat stuff. And that's what Horizon really thrives in that. But it was... They have one of their expansion packs has the word wilds in it. I think it's
Frozen Route.
Frozen Wild?
Something like that.
And so that word was like stuck in my head, and I was trying to think of options. I'm like, I don't want it to feel like I've copied that, but like I could not get the word wilds out of my head, and it was just such a. And I think because I really like that game, and I like even the art in that game, I really
so
like.
nice.
I love the clash of like I don't know what you really. It's not steampunk, but like the clash of like. There's a word for it. It's like eco-punk or something.
Oh, is it?
There's like a new word
Nice.
for the combination of like intensely futuristic and then overgrown.
Yeah, but so that's no, not quite. I was going to say that's kind of like The Last of Us, but not really because they didn't really get very futuristic. They're just overgrown.
But that's, I think, I artistically love that combination of like all the
Yes.
mechanics and the robotic stuff, but then everything's like overgrown. And I think that's where this book for me, not because of that game, but a lot of the stuff in here I really liked that overgrown look. I think it's called Solar Punk actually.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool name. But that's where like this, I really loved the idea of having stuff. Where's the animals? This one. I have to go top camera for this one. This was not based on Horizon, but like this idea I've been really into of just feeling overgrown. And so that's where a lot of these animals, it's like everything's growing on them.
That's cool.
Which is, I think, why I was drawn to these mushrooms, because they grow out of wood. So I'm just going to, while you keep going, I'm just going to pause for a sec because I haven't looked at the comments for a little while. I'm sorry, everyone.
I did see someone saying they liked my nails. Thank you.
Kat always has really cool nails when she comes here. Cool nails and cool hair, and I sit here and I go, I feel so ordinary, but that's okay.
This was unintentional. I just happened to get my
I
nails
can't-
done, and I was like, "Oh, I'm doing a live stream." Yes.
They like?
They're called cat's eye.
They like change.
Yeah, it's kind of like glass. You
Oh, they
can't-
look totally different on the
Yeah,
camera.
you can't. So
in person, they're more yellow, and on camera, they're like pink.
So from what I've worked out, artificial light shows pink in it, and then
Yeah.
natural light shows green. So you can kind of see.
Yeah,
there's a
because
little
to
bit of
me,
green
they're
there,
looking,
but
yes. To me, they're looking like almost like this kind of color.
Yeah,
But yet on the camera, they look totally different. Wow, that's cool.
they're cool though. Yeah, I'd spend a lot of time just being like, ooh. Is it weird that now a lot of my nail choices are because I know my daughter will like it?
No,
I was
that's
like, she will like
called
Big
mum.
mum. Yeah, no, she's only 6, so she's not getting like.
I was about to use the
proper nails,
excuse
so.
that I was a mum as why I don't have coloured hair and coloured, but that's no, because you are a mum and you still want.
You've got boys though.
Yeah, let's come back when they're teenagers and have this conversation
Yeah,
again
yeah.
and see who looks
totally
more tired.
different. Yeah. We were talking this morning about how both of us had a bit of a rough mum night last night.
Yeah. Actually, last night was not because of the boys.
Oh, okay.
Last night was because of Moscow.
That still counts as a kid.
We swapped sides of the bed, Shane and I, because I didn't like the light coming out the window. And Moscow's like, oh, this is new. And he spent all night over and over again, coming and sniffing my face, and I'm a really light sleeper.
Oh, no.
So he sleeps at our feet usually, and that's good. But he's like, this is new. Why are you here? And kept coming up to my face. I reckon it was 6 times last night. I'm like, Cat, go away. I'm trying to sleep. So, and now he's sleeping great right now.
You should go over and sniff him and see what happens.
He did spend this morning, as soon as Cat got here, right here on the desk. He was like, you're doing a live stream, I'm taking over. So I did capture a little 2-minute video of him so that he could have his moment. I'm going to pop that up in our members area just as a little cat vlog, but not you cat vlog. That cat.
Kind of in it. It's a cat plus
Cat and cat vlog. Yeah. So that Moscow could have his time in front of the camera. And he obviously was happy with that because now he's gone to sleep and ignoring everyone.
Or he's just trained very well.
He's trained. He knows that once we change the tone of our voice and he hears the live stream starting, that he needs to go sit in his corner. No, he's asleep. He's happy.
He's so cute.
Oh, now I was gonna look at comments and then we got another.
We got stuck on
tangents.
I'll stop talking.
You keep working on your page.
I will.
I'm gonna have a look at some of the comments here because I feel like I'm making really good progress and that we're gonna get this done in time.
I like your positivity.
Because mine's at the point that I could kind of just stop at any point. But I am going to not go on to all the other pieces and stay on this one so that I can add more details.
We're also going to, at some point, pull out some big guns as well.
Yeah, I want to use them on this, the white pens and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so let's have a look. I actually love how much you guys chat in the comments, so thank you. I love that everyone keeps talking and there's so much, and I'm here like, I'm out of the loop. Someone wants to buy just the digital format of the book. We're not doing that at the moment. I know I do have digital stuff of a lot of my other books, but this one, I wasn't sure if I even wanted to do that. So we decided that we will add it as like an add-on. So everyone who buys the physical one gets the digital one. I'm not sure yet if or when we will sell it on its own. Someone here's pointing out, and hopefully you saw it. Oh, yep, you did see it, Liz. That Liz Gridley's art is incredible. A few other people are saying, so Ran has said that they're going to rewatch the video that we did together about markers, and I think that's a great idea.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, like if you're somebody who's like, I'm not a marker person, watch the video and you might reassess whether you're a marker person. Jodie has suggested about like using gesso as well. Yeah, I mean, gesso will change the texture. So it's definitely something you could experiment with just to see what the different results are. Gesso stops the alcohol markers going through, but it also changes how alcohol markers work.
They would sit on top of it and kind of...
They don't work like alcohol markers. It's a different medium, basically.
But if you were to do that for, like, if we were to force Liz to do a page, for example, she would have to gesso the page to then make
to do her paints.
Yes. So you could do it if you wanted to do paints.
There you go, Liz. That's on you.
She already knows.
Oh, wait, she already has. She says, I may have already chucked some clear gesso on some pages of a certain new colouring book. Ooh, we're going to have to keep an eye out on her.
Which one's that?
Which colouring book, Shane?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that for you to figure out. So, yeah, Liz, you definitely... I will, for everyone here, I will, when Liz does... If Liz, sorry, Liz, not putting pressure on. If Liz ends up posting like a photo or a video of what she ends up doing, I'll pop it on the posts tab on this YouTube channel so that you can all have a look. So, Liz is talking to you, Kat, and I'm not sure what about.
Why? Why is she talking to me?
It was better than fine, Kat. It looked stunning.
It might be the solo show.
Yes, okay.
Because I think I just said, it's fine, am I fine?
She's talking to you very aggressively. It's in capital letters saying, it looked stunning. I'll show Sarah many photos later.
Liz is my, hype artist.
That's great. Ooh,
I should post it, but there's a video that exists of me varnishing those artworks in Liz's studio and freaking out because it wasn't varnishing correctly. And I'm going, oh my God, it's ruined. And she's like, it's fine, step away, turn the video off.
No, this is
She is my hype artist.
Donna's asked if we'll be doing more colour alongs for us to follow. I was actually thinking that could be fun. Like using the live streams this year to try and sort of really like pick a page in this book and do this because I do like doing these colour alongs, and we might as well colour the new book.
The Zelda tangent was definitely unexpected.
Sorry.
I mean, how can you not go on a Zelda tangent if you're someone who's into Zelda?
Don't invite Kat. That's what I'm getting out of this.
Could be a whole new niche.
Artist colouring while talking about Zelda. Is that the niche you're talking about, Shane?
Yeah.
Loz points out that no gold supply is ever gold or silver. These comments are from quite a little while ago in the chat. I'm sorry that I've not caught up. And we've got some more hellos from people. It's really satisfying watching you all colour these pages. I said that wrong because I'm not American. Watching y'all.
It doesn't matter how often I try to make that sound correct. It sounds wrong when I say it.
It sounds like we're making...
You have to put the accent on, otherwise because we just say y'all.
Y'all. Yeah.
Y'all. And it sounds really like Okabogan. Y'all.
It's really satisfying watching y'all colour
You have to continue with the accent after.
pages. If I'm in America, I can pick up... I'm at the point now where when we go to America, I try to practice the American accent. And so when I'm over there and I'm at Starbucks, I order with an American accent. And no one has called me out on it. They go with it. So either they're really polite or... I actually think there's enough variety in American accents in America that when you go and you have a slightly different accent, people just accept it. And so I'm trying to build up my confidence in...
Whenever I order something, they don't understand.
They don't understand.
Me,
That's
especially
why.
when I ask for water.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why I started trying to order with an American accent.
So wait, they say water with like an R.
Water. So the A is
Oh, what? At the A.
water.
Water.
That probably sounds really stupid to the Americans watching this. But like the A, we kind of say if you to reverse engineer it, we say water.
Yeah.
We don't say the R and we don't really say the A. We say it like it's WORTA, water. They say water.
I have a very distinct...
That's more, they actually read the word.
Yeah, they actually say it correctly. It's difficult to tell this story without like sort of backstory. I used to play Quidditch.
Okay.
Very long time ago when I was not broken.
I think you and I have talked about this actually.
Oh, here we go. This is something that people might be interested in.
Oh, what's that? Oh, that's the dried out marker. We talked about this.
So,
we talked about this. It's probably
there should
split.
Be a split lid here somewhere. Yeah, so see how
It's dry. And
totally
it's not
dry,
because
and
it's out
hard,
of ink.
right? There's still ink in there. This end is also, and you can, I don't know how close you can see, but that's like very rough. Like it's, I'll have to get a new nib for both ends. But one of these, and it's usually actually the other end.
Yeah, it's always the chisel I found. It's never the brush, even though I don't really use the chisel. All of my markers that were split, and I counted, I think, 17 of my markers.
Oh, that's a fair whack.
Out of what is not that many, not as many markers as you have. And it was the chisel lid that was split. So I talked about this in, not the video I did with you. You brought it up. And then in the next video I did, comparing every marker, I actually looked into this issue and found that it was really common and that Copic actually know about it and weren't doing anything about it.
I can't even see the split in this, but they're very messy, these lids, so I might need to clean them up first. But yeah, that'll be what's happened.
There's a tiny split.
Even if I tried to show the camera, you wouldn't be able to see it because it's...
So we in that video did a big close-up so you can see exactly what the split looks like if you want to look for them in your own set. But yeah, I was like, how is this marker dry? I haven't used it that much. And yeah, they're old, but like they're not...
That one...
They shouldn't dry up because they're old.
That's a new one because my old ones all have nail polish on them from when I used to teach. So that's a new one. That would have been sent to me from Copic HQ like a year or two ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a fun problem.
Interesting.
So watch the video for that. Emily says she's going to subscribe to you, Kat.
Ah, thank you. I didn't finish telling the story. I just told everyone I played Quidditch and then left it.
That's how we roll.
I'm just going to leave that, yeah. No, so I went over when the Olympics were happening in Oxford and we played an exhibition match. So I was in Australia. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And I have distinct memories of sitting in like the Child and Eagle pub, which is the pub that Tolkien and C.S. Lewis used to sit in, and talking to the American team and the British team, and we were like, water. And then there was the other one was Macca's. how people different.
Oh,
cultures
yeah,
say
because in
that.
America they would say Mickey D's.
Mickey D's.
We call it Macca's.
And then I can't remember what England was. Ooh, and we had Canada there as well. I don't remember what they said.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun having conversations with Americans where I start using Australian words to just try and throw them off. But then I do videos like on my channel where I'm trying to bring in American words because a lot of American words, Australians know them because we watch so much TV.
Oh, yeah.
But Americans won't know the Australian words. It's like candy. I would say candy. In fact, I'm pretty sure that, well, no. So my kids are growing up speaking American, and that's not because of me. That's because they watch too much YouTube.
I love that America's now freaking out because kids are talking like Bluey.
Yeah.
And everyone in Australia's just like, suckers.
Well, because
That's
we've
been us
got
for years.
everything else and all the YouTube channels. So my 5-year-old especially is speaking very American words. I'm trying to think of an example of something that he says where he always goes for the American.
Zebra?
No, so my eldest actually loves zebras, and he started calling them zebras, and I was like, we don't call them zebras here, we call them zebras. So we've fixed that one.
My daughter now will correct herself, or my younger son. If he starts saying, if he says zebra, she'll be like, we actually say zebra in Australia, but other places say zebra.
Yeah. I'm trying. Shane, can you think of any of the things that Oliver says that is the American slipping through? He's got a lot of Minecraft to talk to. When he gets hurt, he talks about his fall damage.
Oh, yeah.
He also recently had a conversation about how, you know, babies are lucky because they have really small hitboxes. Because in games like Mario Kart, your hitbox is the size of your character.
Right.
And so characters with bigger hitboxes are going to hit walls and that more closely, whereas a small character can skim through tiny areas because their hitbox is small. So he's like, babies have a massive advantage in the world because they have small hitboxes.
But they can't balance very well.
And he chose for breakfast or for something, he's like, no, I want a spoon, not a fork, because a spoon has a better hitbox. I love that his brain has like made that connection and using that to describe every day. I'm like, you're right. The spoon does have a bigger hitbox. So it's better for picking up food. Very clever kid. So
my daughter's just about to start playing Minecraft with one of her friends. So we'll see if she starts telling me about hitboxes soon.
Depends on the YouTubers. They also talk a lot about clutches. Because a clutch is like, I think it's like when you do, it's very much gamer talk. When you do like a trick that should kill you, but you somehow save yourself at the last minute. I think that's what it is. So they're constantly talking about their clutches and.
When our oldest one has developed the term mid.
Oh, I have heard of
I
mid.
made him a hot chocolate and I said, is it all right? He goes, it's mid.
I've seen a lot of videos of like millennial parents trying to talk that slang and like the kids being like, oh my God, Dad, stop. So I plan on being that parent at some point.
That's prerogative as a parent. We've got some other comments here jumping in on our conversation. So Caitlin said that she's writing down the tips because her oldest starts kindergarten. in August.
Yes.
And kinder is another thing. So
Kinder's a
kinder
different
for us is like
situation.
preschool before school. But then different states in Australia, kinder is actually like the first, not first grade, the grade before first. The grade before first grade. Everyone calls it something different.
Yeah, so I used to live in Canberra and Adelaide, and they're different in both.
And they call it kinder.
Reception in Adelaide.
Reception.
Yeah, and in Canberra it was
And we
kinder,
call it prep.
and it's prep here.
Yeah.
Yeah, very confusing.
Which in America, prep's something totally different.
So what's
that's
prep in
fun-
America? Wait, what's prep in America?
Isn't prep over there like something adult related, like college related or
Oh,
something?
I guess it could be. That would make sense.
I don't know. Someone tell us. Linda says Zelda is cool.
Yes, we're cool.
Yep. Ren says, I'm a huge Star Wars fan because my dad grew up with it and I was raised on it. It's good that your kids can learn emotional intelligence around video games since it's easy to become very angry. We went through a Star Wars phase as well. And I'm always like trying to work out how to teach our kids stuff based on the games they play because it makes sense to them.
Yeah.
At the moment, we're working through resilience.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, what kind of shield do you have? It's like, and I got my kid
That's
to draw a picture
awesome.
of his shield
Yeah.
based on both Zelda and on Minecraft.
I love that.
And I was like, what kind of shield is it? Is it a wooden shield? Is it a gold shield? Is it a diamond shield? Is it a netherite shield? Or is it a Hylian shield, right? It's a bit of both games. And he drew me this picture of a broken shield.
Oh, no.
And I was like, okay. And I said, okay, well, why don't you draw another picture of the shield you'd like to have?
Yeah.
And so every day now before school we're going. And I'm like, all right, let's get shield ready. Like shield for his mind, we're calling it.
Yeah.
And he's gone and really, and I said, how much durability does it have?
Yeah.
And he's like, today it has 300 durability. And I said, and if someone like pushes you, how much durability does that take off? And he goes, 10. I was like, okay, cool. So you can handle that.
I'm going to borrow some of that because this morning my daughter was very upset about me driving more than just how far I am from school at home, even though she's not going to know, like, I'll be there at the same time. But no, she was very upset, and it's not that common for her to get upset over, I mean, when they start kinder as well, they're just exhausted.
They
all
are,
the time.
that first term.
But yeah, so that would have actually helped if I'd said something like that to her this morning, probably. We have Daddy's game, which is, he's not going to like this, Fortnite at home. And also, what's the other one he's playing at the moment? The samurai one that came out a little while ago. Someone help me in the chat.
I'm not caught up to the chat, so they're helping us, and I'm not getting to it anyway.
So I'm going to stop talking.
Let's see what everyone else is saying.
Yeah, Mummy's game is Zelda.
So that you know where I'm up to in my picture. I've done all that background stuff now, first layer. So now I'm actually going back with the same colours again, still with the Inktense. I could move to another pencil at this point if I wanted, but I'm actually just using these because I've already got the colours picked, and you can use them dry. And so now I'm just kind of adding some more darks where I want them. And I think that's probably, and I do need to work out what I'm doing for the outside. I might even just find a light colour to kind of stain the outside. I don't think I want to leave it white. I'm not sure.
What happens if you go in with just the blender and push it out a little bit further?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just pull out some of the, let me try that now.
Because then you could go in with the white and then highlight the bits
because then if I just pull some of this, that'll bring it out just a touch. Yeah, that's a great idea. Got you full of great ideas.
I try.
Yeah, so then it's not totally white. And then what I want to do is, once I've done this second layer of pencils, I don't actually need to do a lot because there's not a whole lot I need to do. And then I want to come with the paint pens and go over these black lines because I think that's what that will actually be the biggest change from here, will be changing these black lines to white. Will totally change the look of these.
Yes. That's the one thing. So I tend to avoid colouring in books because I hate the dark line. Do not like it.
I've seen a lot of different ways that you can cover them.
Yes. So that's, things that like I will start out being like, nah, no colour in books. And then I'll be like, well, you could do this. Actually, do that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always ways. And that's where, like, I've tried to do thin lines so people can sort of be easy to cover them up. It's a totally different approach to like the bold and easy stuff that is all thick lines, but you don't try and get rid of lines like that. So Lotte says she's married an American, so she speaks more American than Australian, but she will say tomato the American way. Tomato. That's something that our 5-year-old picked up, and we were in the supermarket and we were shopping, and he goes, "Oh, look, Mum, tomatoes." And 3 other people looked around and smiled because he's the cutest kid and he's little, and so hearing a big thick American accent come out was just like, oh.
They all know why though.
Like, I know you're not visiting from America. I know that your kid just watches too much YouTube. The judgment.
Well, it used to be Sesame Street when we were kids, so it's not even.
Yeah, that's true. I remember getting to school and it was like, Z is wrong. It's Z. Don't say Z. You've been taught wrong. Sesame Street lied to you.
I have, like, with both my kids, whenever you have like a toy that's from America and it sings the alphabet, I'll just be like, they'll listen to it. I'll be in the kitchen and it'll go X, Y, and I'll be like, Z from the kitchen.
I have to say though, Z's better. I'm with the Americans on this one.
It rhymes.
Because then it rhymes.
Sense. Yeah.
What is Z?
What is Z? That's a really good question.
Like, why are we adding a D in there? Doesn't, like, everything else is kind of roughly the sounds and whatever.
And we don't say, we do. I was about to say we don't say zebra, but we do actually. Ignore me.
We shouldn't. Zebra. No, we don't.
Zebra.
You don't add a D. You don't add a D. If you're adding a D, there is a problem.
Zebra. It should be there, but it isn't. Here's a good argument to start. So
don't get Shane and I started on beetroot.
Oh, beetroot. What's the
beetroot? How do you say it?
Beetroot.
Beetroot.
How
does Shane say it?
Wrong.
What is it?
How does Shane say it?
Beetroot.
No.
Are they right? he's getting side-eyed by someone else here. Beetroot.
think we need to wrap this stream up
Beetroot.
now.
Beetroot sounds like you're trying to be like kind of British, but not like Cockney. Beetroot.
That's
That's
right.
what the accent
It's the British version, I think. But I was early into our marriage cornered by his entire family who have all learned to say it like him. And so I was isolated as you're wrong. So now's my revenge.
Yeah, it's beetroot.
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 Put a poll up. No, because they're all.
No.
We don't have that many Australians in the comments, so we could get anything as a result of doing a poll on that of how to say beetroot.
Yeah, so the argument, actually, I've forgotten what I was going to say, but I've got another one in my head now. Oh, no, I remember what it was. Okay. What do you say when you talk about the thing that you wear when you go to the pool?
Bathers.
Mm-hmm.
But you could also say swimmers or togs.
Yes, so I say swimmers, which is
Okay.
Adelaide. My parents say
Right.
togs because they're from Townsville, from Queensland.
Right.
But my husband says bathers, and I keep accidentally saying swimmers because now I'm so confused when I go to say it to my kids that I don't remember which one is correct, and I second guess myself. But you don't go bathing, you go swimming.
That's a good point.
Right?
Yeah, but they used to have public baths. That was basically like a public pool.
Did they wear bathers? Or
I
were
would
they
say
naked?
they did. No, I would say they wore bathers. Because that
Okay.
would have been many years ago.
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
my assumption of whether...
Is bathers like the old Victorian, like very... Which one is which?
So Shane has put up a poll of how to say beetroot, where he spelt one correctly and spelt one with a stupid amount of zero O's in it. And I don't know which one he's accusing me of saying.
Mine's the one that's winning.
I feel like that's cheating because people don't understand. The other one that my husband and I don't argue very often, but the one thing that we argued a lot about was, do you remember the cartoon when we were kids of the elephant with the crown? Baba?
Baba. Yes.
How do you pronounce it?
Baba
Someone's
or
giving us the-
Baba?
Baba.
What? No.
Right?
I thought it was Baba.
Baba is how. So this has been a lifetime of our relationship argument. We had a full-on argument about this while we were in France, which is where Baba is from.
Right. Okay.
And so my husband's argument, and he's technically correct, but no, is that the French pronounce it Baba and the author pronounced it Baba. But the TV show that we watched as kids, they all said Baba.
They say it in the show.
They say it in the show. as
Yeah.
Baba.
No, I'm sorry, but that's okay. Another one for you. This is a fun game to play now because I need to scroll down in the comments to see what everyone else is agreeing
Who
on
is
and who's on
correct.
our side.
And
Lego,
who needs
Lego,
to leave the chat?
right? Lego,
Yeah, Lego.
like the brand Lego.
Yeah,
I've heard people saying them Legos,
that's American, isn't it? Lego.
but it's an American brand. So
Wait,
would it-
is it?
maybe it isn't.
I think it's German.
Oh.
I remember.
Okay, so the Americans are wrong. I'm sorry.
Wait, but what do the Germans say?
Lego or Legos,
I've got
and
one
they add
for
an
you.
S.
Yogurt.
Yogurt.
Yogurt. How else-
Yogurt or yogurt?
I have a friend
Yogurt.
that says.
Oh, that sounds weird.
I have a friend that says
Sorry.
yogurt, but she was brought up in Dubai. So like, there's
Right.
sort of like a British. They say she also says dungarees instead
Well, because
of
the ad,
overalls.
the Yoplait ad was "It's French for yogurt."
That's right. That's right. I remember that.
What have we got here? Let's have a look. Someone's asking, Sketches and Scrubs, hello. Good to see you. I don't know if you've been here for a while. I'm sorry. Can you reactivate them with alcohol? You're going to have to let me know what we're talking about because I totally missed all of that.
So let's go back to the start, back to Zelda.
Well, I have already come across another Zelda comment because I'm obviously really behind and trying to catch up in the chat. Okay, so it was referring to the dough and ink tents, and it looks like Brittany's already answered that, so that's awesome. Yeah, the dough and ink tents. So these are different to watercolor pencils because they're like they're not technically watercolor. They're kind of, the best way to describe them is like a permanent watercolor. So once you activate them, they don't reactivate, which means you can layer them.
So they're kind of like acrylic gouache versus gouache. That's
I
a really
don't
niche.
know
Yep,
what
never
that-
mind.
yes.
I just realised as I said that's very niche.
I'm just going to say you're probably right.
Let me rephrase. That's like acrylic versus watercolors or acrylic versus gouache, normal gouache.
I still don't know, but yeah, okay.
Do we need to do a gouache thing? Is that like
We
should?
Why have you got this? Well, I'm going to win. Oh,
Is that intense?
Yes.
No way.
This is made by Di from Aussie Crafter.
I love her so much.
So just
Another
to show
person
everyone.
that you should go visit.
I did go visit her.
No, I. Yes, you did. You hand delivered some things. No, I meant you should go visit her channel. Everyone else
should go visit her channel. So she made this for me, and this is an akubra, which is like a very classic Australian hat.
I love that so much.
Should I just wear this for the rest of the stream?
Yes. I was about to try and grab a hat, but I remembered I have bats in my hair, so I can't.
Oh, they're bats. I didn't realise. Yeah, they are. She did this with doing Inktense. I don't know if I can get a closer side shot of that. Maybe Shane can come and set up a side shot of
that is
to show
very
you
cool.
that detail. We'll get the other camera to do like a close up so you can see, because this is so intricate and neat and beautiful that I was just like, wow, look at that.
She's so talented.
So talented. Like it looks like it's like printed on there, but she's like hand drawn that.
So is
and then
that,
done that with Inktense pencils.
what happens? Oh yeah, because if you re-wet it, it doesn't reactivate. So
yeah.
it's,
I mean, I would be really anxious to wear this outside anyway. I don't think I'd want to, because even though it's an outdoor hat and that's the whole purpose of them, I'm not exactly using it as like a practical akubra. I'm using it as my art akubra. So,
but you need to sit on this side of the desk because
you can't see it anyway. Oh, I'll take it off then, because it's kind of, it's. I'm not used to wearing.
Put it
hats.
in the background somewhere.
That was a very cool surprise.
That's amazing. Gosh, she's so clever.
It came in a giant akubra box, and I was like, oh, surely she wouldn't have like spent the money on an akubra and whatever. So she's probably just like reused an old box. And I opened, I was like, oh no, like it's an
actual akubra.
It's an akubra.
It's a beautiful one.
It is. How are you going with your picture? Do you want to run us through what you've been doing?
So at the moment I'm wondering if I branch out or just use like pink tones for the rest of it. But so what I've done so far is we're moving from the light out into the dark. And I'm trying, because I don't think I'm going to get to these, I'm trying to decide whether I actually incorporate the light from these or not.
Ah, yeah. I mean, you could do them at a later stage, I guess.
They could be backlit as well.
Yeah, that's true.
But yes, I'm trying to decide at the moment whether it's going to be too much if I add a third colour other than the green into the pink tones.
I'm having, you know how we just talked about this not reactivating? It means that because I'm not able to pull it out further because it's not wet anymore.
Of course.
So I've just been drawing a little scribble of this lightly so that I've got some colour to move.
Can you, weird question, what happens if you colour the, oh no, actually it sounds like a bad time. I've already asked my own question. What if you coloured the top of this to pick up the colour? Then you couldn't, that wouldn't work anymore?
Yeah, I don't, like you do the problem.
Sorry.
I just said do. I'm sorry. You do that with like watercolors, but I don't know that Inktense. I don't know about it with the alcohol marker. I think with water you would do it.
Yeah.
I think it would wreck my marker.
Yes.
Because already, like, you look at the amount of stuff that's like this is struggling to let go of, more than when you usually blend with other things. Like it picks up that pigment from a pencil.
Usually the blender marker or the zero marker, if you use it for anything, it'll have a stain on it, but it's still totally usable. Even if it is stained, it'll work fine.
But I've noticed that is for the alcohol ink, but when you've got this ink on here, even the slightest stain still seems to pull the pigment. Yeah, so the stain becomes the thing of if it's actually clean. Like it'll probably still have a bit of a stain.
I was going to say, do you find you can get all of it off?
I can get it off enough that it's not dragging the colour around.
Yeah.
But look at that, has cleaned up pretty well.
It has.
I think because it's a different kind of binding and everything probably as well. But I think I'm done on that. I will just keep filling in the dark. And yeah, see how we go with that. I need a drink. I haven't touched my coffee.
I was going to say, your coffee's
probably
going to be cold.
I have a water. I'll grab my water. Thank you, Shane, for making the coffee that I didn't bring. I drank a little bit.
I'm not a coffee person. Can you just chuck it in the microwave, like?
Can, but then it's more like an instant coffee, and I like the barista feel of the coffee.
Fair enough.
A bit fussy with my coffees.
Well, you're a Melbourneian. You're allowed to be.
Yeah, that's like a rule if you live in Melbourne. Got to be a little bit of a coffee snob.
It's like if I moved here and I don't really follow AFL and I'm not a coffee person, so
We'll still keep you. It's okay.
See, and it's a stubborn thing now. I just refuse to
I'm not really into
Transfer.
AFL either, which is very un-Melburnian of me.
Yeah, everyone asks you, in case people are wondering, asks you what your team is.
Yeah, you grow up when you go to school, you have to pick a team to support, even if you don't care.
And they have like AFL Day where you have to wear your team's jersey.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm not invested in any team. Why would I go buy stuff with them?
Funnily enough, so my husband actually does some stuff with AFL. So he's sort of been forced to join the AFL world.
Yeah.
But my kids still have no idea, other than Daddy does stuff behind the scenes on that thing that's on the TV right now. And
AFL is Australian Football League,
yes,
for context as well.
And I was about to say, just to confuse everybody, I grew up in Canberra where they actually follow a different type of football called rugby.
Right,
so whenever I got asked what my team was here, I would say the All Blacks, which is the New Zealand national team.
Yeah.
Because I used to like to annoy my dad whenever the All Blacks in Australia played.
Go for the
wrong
opposition.
team.
Yeah. That's funny. Wendy is also colouring along with the mushroom page with her polychromos.
She better post it later.
Wendy, wherever you decide to share it, please tag me so I can see it. Emily loves the detail on the lantern.
Yay.
I do love how you've brought in this green. That for me reminds me of like copper and then like oxidizing. Is
Yeah, that's what I was going for, yeah.
Yes. It's exactly the same kind of thing that I went for when I have to find it afterwards and show you my lantern that I did in my video.
I'd love to see it.
Because I also went for like an oxidizing copper sort of thing. It's just fun because you get to add more colour.
Yes, 100%. And it's so pretty too.
I think I got to the bottom of the comments. Loz says that she loves the AFL and will follow it for both of us.
Thank you. What is our team then?
What is our team? Loz, what team do you go for? Because we might veto that.
Yeah.
Because we care so much about the AFL.
See, I have to ask, I'm like, so is it the Magpies?
Magpies
and they
is
are
black and
also,
white.
but they're also a different name because of where their team is based.
Oh, no, I'm going to get
Collingwood?
that wrong. Is Collingwood Magpies?
Is Collingwood Magpies? Yeah, so that confuses me to start with.
Because you've got the location and then their sort of
Yeah.
mascot name or whatever you want to. Yeah, they all have two names.
I am not built for AFL. Let's just go with that.
I usually don't know who's won until grand final weekend because everyone's talking about it and I don't watch the grand final. Sometimes you watch the grand final because it's like, oh no, we need to be a part of this. But it's
I know the grand finals.
Shane and the kids.
I know the grand final's happening because my husband isn't in the house for like 2 weeks. He's too busy working.
Our family has picked up Richmond Tigers,
Yes.
which I'm surprised that our eldest child still goes for that because he doesn't like lions because his favourite animal is a zebra and lions hurt zebras, so he doesn't like lions. So I don't know that he would still like tigers either. We haven't sort of put him to the test on that. But
Important
because
questions.
Shane goes for tigers and then my dad also goes for tigers, and so I guess we're a tiger family.
I feel like I'm going to get this wrong, but I think my husband's family goes for the Magpies. I'm going to get so much
Which Magpies
trouble.
is
Collingwood.
we just discussed
black and white stripes
Yeah.
that are vertical. I
Yeah.
think. I hope.
Yeah, because it's not just colours now too, it's patterns.
Yes. Yeah, so when my daughter had AFL Day at Kinder, I was going to make her a jersey that said Yay Sports. But no, I wasn't allowed to. It had to be.
Had to pick a team.
Yeah. Not that they said that, but the family said that.
Oh. All right, I'm just
I'm procrastinating. I'm just
somewhat activating a little bit of this extra layer, but I think I'm ready to move to markers, which is good because we've only got 20 minutes left.
I'm going to
of
make
this
brave decisions.
Yeah, brave decisions. Which for me is what. Now, you brought your markers because
Do you want?
despite having like 60 different brands of white markers, I can't find any of them right now. And the one or two I found were like dried up, and I was like, okay. So in the rush of the moment, but you brought yours, and I was really excited because are these out yet?
They're out in Japan.
Okay.
They were supposed to be out here, I think. Last year they were saying like after 6 months, but I feel like it's going to be mid this year.
So these are Copic white pens. And when I tried them with you the last time you were here, we didn't get to show them in the video, but I was so impressed. I was like,
They're very fun.
this might very well be the new best white marker.
Yeah, I'm
But there's other colours here as well. I just want to stop quickly to say thank you to Melville, who has given us 20 Canadian dollars for coffee and or bubble tea. For both
She
of
knows me
us.
very well. She knows I'm a bubble tea addict.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's so appreciated. I'm going to be noisy for a second and shake all these pens. The white pen dance.
Get your arm muscles going.
There's a truck backing out outside
Yeah, I was
too.
going to say,
so
you
it's
need to like
beep,
incorporate
beep, beep from the truck. All right, I'm sure that's enough. I do like that what's the brand? Artistro have clear markers so you can see the paint mixing.
Yeah.
And I found that to be really good because I definitely don't shake any of my paint markers enough based on watching those ones mix. So it made me realise that all my markers, I need to do a bit more. All right, so...
You do a lot more than me because I think I just go like this. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, that's not enough. I can tell you that. Now, I need to decide because... Oh, I've lost my page. Am I going to do like a yellow or am I going to go straight for the white? I could do the white and then potentially come over with a tiny bit of pencil to kind of dull it back down afterwards because this is the lightest colour other than white and that's pretty yellow.
I mean, the good news about paint markers is that if you don't like it, you can go over the top of it with another one.
Well, that's what I'm
So
thinking.
you can start
like,
with white.
or if I don't mind me messing up your markers, I could put a bit of this yellow somewhere else and kind of just dip it to... That feels like a lot more effort than it's worth. I might just do the white just to see here. I haven't actually pumped this. I did shake it. That's the white marker. That's pretty good. You could basically just delete everything I've done there. That's how good the white marker is. And that's I'd be curious to see how that goes in like other books and stuff because I did find recently that the Amazon paper has changed and books with Amazon paper, when you do markers, the white ink doesn't sit on top.
Well, that's rude.
Oh, you know what I just realised is my art test. Oh, I'll just let it dry for a sec because it's going to go. Oh,
Just put it. Yeah.
Something, anything. Put anything in there.
Yeah, done.
Oh, look at that. Your blue hands have saved you. All right. So, Leslie has mentioned brown sugar bubble tea. I didn't know that was a thing.
So wait, do you mean the flavour or
Oh,
the
Shane,
pearls?
I'm sorry. You just adjusted that camera and I've just moved the book. I was trying to put it better in the shot for you. This is can I just point out that Shane does an incredible job managing multiple cameras on our live streams because that's something that means that everyone can actually see what we're doing and have a conversation with us. And I don't think he gets enough credit for that.
I would love a Shane. A Shane would be nice in my studio. Yeah, no, it's actually a lot of work behind the scenes, making sure everything's working.
We get to sit here and just colour and he has to really do all the hard work.
That's why you said...
once we're finished and I hit the off-air button, then I'm done.
Yeah, you don't have to edit it.
I'm starting this, right? So this is where we're going with the white. It's pretty bright.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a part of me that thinks I would have been better off going with it thinner. But I think I'm just going to go with it and then I'll work out how to sort of tone. I don't think it all needs to be toned down. I think it's actually true to... I think once I do it all, it'll look more accurate. Because thinking back to the picture that we found of them, that's what they looked like.
It is.
I do want to yellow it up just a touch.
I know what you're saying. I'd want it to be yellow because it's very... Like, it's almost got a blue tone to it. Like
yeah, because it's on the
dark.
But that's all right. What I'll do at the end is just... I might even... All right, here's a thought. What if after this I grab a yellow alcohol marker?
I was about to ask you if you wanted to stain it.
We could try that, and it would just do like a stain. I don't think I've ever done marker over pencils. I do pencils over marker all the time.
So I often stain white gel pen with the markers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will be interesting. All right, well then I've got 15 minutes.
Have we got 15 minutes?
Yeah. Which means I've really only got 10 minutes to do this so that we can see how the stain works, because it would be so disappointing to get that far and not see that final thing. 10 minutes. Focus time. No more talking. No.
Panic colouring.
No more talking. Coloring. It's a live stream.
Chat. Talk for us.
Everyone, have a conversation. Zelda, anything.
So Horizon Zero Dawn.
Do you know what I do like about Horizon? I love that you actually get you get more rewards for shooting from a distance and planning your shots.
Yes. I do appreciate it.
I love like picking apart the pieces and hitting different targets rather than just going in and fighting.
I'm like one or the other. It depends on how frustrated I am.
Oh, Caitlin sent us $10 as well for Shane to get a coffee too.
No, he's not allowed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shane, for all the work you do behind the scenes. That's
Can
what
I go
Caitlin
get
said.
it now?
Well, no, because we need you to keep going. You can go in 15 minutes.
If you were to Uber Eats one, it would arrive in just the right time.
We did Uber Eats pizza last night. We never do Uber Eats,
I
right?
never really
but
did,
last night was just one of those days.
Yeah.
Just needed pizza. And unfortunately now, because of Uber Eats everywhere, you can't just get normal pizza delivery. It's always with Uber Eats. And the person made a detour.
Right.
And so our pizza was basically cold.
You could complain.
It's a 2-minute drive from the pizza shop, and the drive was actually half an hour.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that was.
That's annoying.
I thought because of that you'd ordered it from the nearby town, not from our one. But no, apparently you've ordered it from the one that is 2 minutes.
And then
drive.
I think you can pay to have it like the first delivered, which is not.
That's weird in
that's so
itself.
dumb, yeah.
Sounds a bit like a scam
Right,
to me.
right.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but it's just a shame because it's replaced any traditional options. It's like we should just
I didn't even realize that.
we should just go get it.
The pizza shop that I order from, they still have like a person delivery if you want to
Yeah, okay.
order that. But they are also on Uber Eats and all the other things.
That's what our supermarket does now too. You can get their delivery, or you can pay for partner delivery, which has a lot more window options, which we don't usually do because usually someone rocks up and just unloads from their boot, and that's a little bit weird.
Yeah, that is weird, isn't it?
So I tend to always choose the actual supermarket ones. Does anyone have any other questions for Kat in our last 10 minutes? And maybe, Shane, you can read the comments for a bit. We've got another super chat from Bree. Sarah, please buy another bubble tea for Kat because I couldn't afford to buy one of her original artworks at her first exhibition, but I really wanted to.
That's
That's
very
so
nice.
nice.
Thank you. Thank you, Bree. We'll have to make sure we give Kat some stuff for her drive home.
Keep me awake while I drive home.
That's amazing. Thank you.
You guys are so lovely.
I don't think we've ever had so many super chats in a live stream.
Need to talk about
We need to talk
how
about
much
what
you
we
need
eat.
coffee and
Actually, I think the last time we had a bunch of super chats on a live stream was because we were talking about what we should have for lunch afterwards,
There
and
you
everyone
go.
started contributing.
it's a universal thing. Everybody eats, right?
Everybody wants to help us eat.
Doing panic shading right now.
Yeah, I might do half of this and then try our technique because although I'm doing okay for time, given that we had 10 minutes, but it means I'm not going to have much time to say goodbye to everyone. So it'll be like, quick, we're finished colouring, end stream.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I just got a reminder on my phone that we have a video meeting in 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
I don't know who organised.
I think that was, I don't know.
There we go. It takes the blame off me.
It was
for
probably
having to run back.
me. Probably me that was like, oh, we'll be done by 1.
All right, I'm going to pull out
That was when I thought we were starting.
these guys as
10.
well. Long time.
No, they've already been shaken. So you
Okay, I don't need to do it anymore.
No, you're good.
Excellent.
You might need to pump it though.
Yes, I shall do that.
I must say, these live streams are a lot better when there's 2 people.
Oh, it's great.
So
Thank
much
you
less
so
pressure.
much, Kat, for joining us.
I'm always happy to come down here. It's so much fun. Plus, I don't have to clean up the studio afterwards.
Can I say I don't have to either? No, what usually happens, to be completely honest, is I try to do like a part clean and then I get busy and then I do other stuff and then everything just gets dumped on the floor or the thing behind us.
Yep.
And then usually someone else ends up coming up and cleaning it up because we need to move on to the next thing and we can't find our supplies. So credit to my team. I don't try to be a big mess, but it sometimes inevitably happens because things get really busy.
If it makes you feel any better, we moved house almost 2 years ago and I still have moving boxes in my studio.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We have a comment from Plan Create Cope. I just ordered the Vibrant Wilds colouring book. I may have added some other items.
Dangerous.
It's a dangerous thing to go down.
It's
Thank
a
you.
trap.
Thank you for supporting us, though. I really hope you enjoy all the things that you added. There are some more new products coming this year, so everyone will have to definitely stay interested. Actually, if you want to get first access to that stuff, even like this book, so watching this live stream, you're still ahead of when we're publicly announcing it. But I did tell our email subscribers last week. So our members got the first notice, and then our free email subscribers also got a little bit of head notice, advanced
Heads up.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. So actually jumping on the email list is another really good way to just get a little bit of early access to stuff. And that will be the same for the other products coming up. I do try and like share them on YouTube community posts and things, but sometimes it just kind of doesn't become the main thing, or I have too many other things that we're trying to do. And I won't usually share them in a main video. Although the next video that I'm doing that's coming up next week, we're just putting finishing touches on it now, is all about the top 100 Amazon coloring books. And I will be bringing out, I'm not really coloring much of this book in it, but that's going to be my official announcement to launch it.
I'm interested to see all these coloring books, to be honest.
Yeah, I bought all of them. And I haven't worked. Actually, you know what? I have worked out what I'm going to do with some of them, because there are like 60 of the same style book among the top 100. So last year, I think November or December, we created a bunch of little gifts for our Teal members, and we actually mailed them some little gift boxes with different art supplies. So I was thinking we're going to do the same thing again, because I have, from the marker video I did, a ton of markers, and there's so much variety that it's like, rather than like giving a whole brand to someone, I can make like a little sample pack. So I was actually thinking that we're going to, for our Teal members, who a few of them are on stream now, choose 1 or 2 books to put for each of them, so they can try some of the books from the top 100 and put that with some of the markers, like a sample of different brands of markers from
That's a good idea.
video.
That's a great idea.
So if you're not a Teal member already and you want in on that, just letting you know it's coming. We will do it for anyone that is a Teal member when we do it. So that'll be a this month thing. But yeah, it'll be fun. Just something special we like to do every now and then. Again, can I just say, just on your picture for a second, now that you've added that extra detail with the paint pens, that's like really pulled it all out. Like, given where it looked at the start, you know, we're talking about that messy middle.
Yeah.
This looks drastically different to how I started. I mean, you can see here, these ones, how they've started. It's looking really beautiful.
I love doing light stuff.
Oh, it's cool.
We're talking about the dark lines. I want to get rid of these ones. So.
I'm going to just stop here on this. Everyone can see where this is going, but I need to give this a second to dry so that we can try the glazing technique that we're talking about with a marker. And I'm worried that if this is still too wet, it's just going to drag and make a mess. So I'm going to stop there. I will finish the rest and like post a video or post a photo or something on the community page. I'll post like both of ours, but because we only have a few minutes left. Let me just see if there's any other comments that anyone wants to leave, especially for you before you head off, because we're not going to have a lot of time once we're finished. Wendy has just started her Olo marker collection.
Ah, yes.
I love the Olo markers.
I think they are very fast becoming my favorite, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because when we did the video together, I was sort of saying you should give these.
I'd just gotten some and I haven't had a chance to use them too
and
much
you were
yet.
like, Copic is it. So to see that there may be another contender is actually really interesting. That speaks a lot for them.
They've got some really nice colours that Copic don't have. And they also are bringing out another, I can't remember how many they said, but another lot. And it sounds like they're kind of going in that direction of colours that aren't that traditional. And I'm very excited to see what they do.
Yeah, I really like their range. I think I have most of over there, just sitting beside you there.
That looks about right.
Again, the other video, I used them a lot and did some art with them. And yeah, I really like them. They have a bit of a feel like the Copic.
They do.
But like, yeah, similar. Oh, lots of comments.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, lots of comments.
I said that so like, no, I don't want to miss anyone. And we're going to be finishing up in a second. Someone's commented here. Plan Create Copa said, I bet Johanna, referring to Johanna Basford. Have you heard of her?
Yes.
I bet she has several in the top. She's referring to the top 100 on Amazon.
Uh-huh.
You might be surprised at how little
That's sad.
of Johanna Basford Kobe Rosanes, Hannah Carlson, Rita Berman, all of these artists that for many years have like been
Dominated
the most prominent in the adult colouring community. Now the top 100 changes a lot, but the time that I bought it is not that different to now. I was very surprised at what was actually in the top 100. And admittedly a little disappointed. So that is something that I talk about in next week's video.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see.
Very interesting. It kind of went a very different direction to what I expected because the direction of the video was 100% determined by the books that ended up in my cart. So also don't recommend buying that many books at once. It was not cheap. Actually, Amazon didn't let me. You can't put more than 50 items in your cart at once.
I was going to say, was it too heavy? But yeah.
Yeah, so I had to order it in 2 separate orders just to even process it. It wouldn't let me process that much, which is interesting. I've not come across that limit before, and I hope no one else has. Loz has pointed out, Amazon have some great colouring books, but hate how they all talk about how great they are with markers and their printer paper. Yeah. So there's a lot of, because you can actually print colouring books through Amazon, which is what I used to do. I didn't do it for this. I talk about this in the video. Their paper is really cheap. The reason they say it works for alcohol markers is because it just soaks up and you get even colouring. That's the alcohol marker. That's not the paper. You can't blend on them.
Yeah.
But no one's trying to blend. It's like a whole new style. I actually think it's really interesting what a lot of people are doing now with this bold and easy style. I talk about it a bit in that. I did try a few. So I think, yeah, that's something that'll be really cool.
I feel like I'm going to become like back in my day, we used to blend our markers.
Brittany's pointed out that like a white acrylic paint mark with a finer tip would probably have been good here.
Yes.
These are there is another type of finer tip you can get. But not many brands actually have them.
Artex, they have the really
fine tip.
Yeah, don't they?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do a review of all the paint markers soon, actually.
Yeah.
Because I've had a few sent to me and that to try as well. I like your little effects there. I need to quickly glaze this because then we do need to finish up. We are so out of time, but I have to say this is the first time ever I think I've actually finished up a live stream when I said I would. Assuming we finish in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. I need to find a colour. This is way too yellow. Do you have any insights into like a pale? Because that is not what I want.
What kind? Oh yeah, you want?
I need like a pale, like.
You want to go more in these
Buttercup kind of.
Like that.
Or more like that, I reckon. I need to be subtle. That's subtle because it's also a bit dry. That might work perfect actually. Or is that too?
Is that still too yellow for you? Though?
Maybe a bit more cream.
Try these ones.
Let's have a look. Oh, maybe. I think I'm just going to go for it. We don't have time to make a decision. All right, so I'm literally just going to go over all this. Hopefully it doesn't reactivate the pencil now because I already did that with the other alcohol marker. So the goal here is just, I am reactivating a little bit. This is going to do your marker. Sorry. My goal is to just reduce the white a bit by glazing it. Glazing is a fancy paint word. That is working. It's pulling out the extreme white.
That looks nice.
Yeah. And if you actually look up, there is, I might after this stream just do a little bit more detail with the pencils, but I actually do think you could kind of finish this up here. I just want to do some shadows behind each of the different ones because I think that will just finish it off. So I didn't technically finish the page on the stream, but...
You finished part of the page.
I finished the main concept. The rest from here gets a bit technical, I think. I'm actually making a bit of a mess because I'm rushing this. So maybe I'll just... Oh, but I don't have... No, I think I do have this colour. Yellowish beige.
I'm going to stop touching it.
All right. Do you want to run us through your final thing and we'll have a good look and then we'll say
It is
goodbye.
a lantern that I coloured.
Well done. We didn't have a chance to show you my other lantern, so...
next time.
Yeah, next time. It is on my channel.
I'll go look. Yeah, no, it's... so... I often like to do these little, I don't know what you call them, like speck dotty, magical, sparkly things because I feel like it just finishes off the piece.
So even Dina Wakely has a word for that. She calls them pocks.
Pocks.
Because they're like chicken pox.
Ah! I like that. I used to call them, there was a word for it for like the particles of dust in light.
Yeah, I love it.
I
think
what it's called though.
It makes it look really whimsical. I want to do that on my tree page.
Yeah, so I often add them and I feel like, because I feel like this feels unfinished to me because I could keep going forever with the pushing the shading. So as soon as I add those, I feel better about it.
No, that's cool. It does look really good.
Yeah.
And I like that you've done them at different sizes. I think that really adds.
Yes.
That's really cool. And I'm going to call this here as well. You can see there's a few. I've still got to finish like this little one. But you can see there how that's... So
awesome.
There's the one that hasn't been glazed yet versus these ones.
It makes such a difference.
Yeah, it just takes the edge off the white, so it's not nearly as strong. So yeah, that's cool. Mel, does that mean that Mel's just jumped up to teal? Or is that just that it's a highlighted comment because Mel's special?
It says teal.
It says teal. But it says she's been a member for 18 months. I don't know, but she's asked, will Kat come back and do another live? I think we should.
I'll be happy to.
Maybe we'll do it in like, let's like, maybe like 6 months or something. Because I don't want to be like crazy, like come out every week. But no, I think that'd be really fun. The markers that I was using before, they were the Copic markers, and then the glazing markers was that's Copic paint.
Copic Acrea is their new paint
So
marker.
a white paint marker would work as well.
Yes.
And then the last thing I used for the glazing was the alcohol markers again.
And you can use... Did I bring one? Yeah, you can use like a gel pen as well.
Oh, yes. Gel pens aren't as good on pencils, though.
Do they work if you do just like little... I guess that's...
Yeah, if you're doing like dots, that would work, but not lines. They'll break up. I have a video about this too.
I know. I have watched it now that you mention it.
But thank you everyone for joining us. We do have to tie up pretty quickly because we have places to be and children to wrangle.
Yes.
Thank you, Kat, so much for joining us today.
So
and I'm glad we actually got a ton done in 2 hours. That was our big thing of like, yes, we're going to finish with something that's actually worth finishing on.
Something vaguely that looks finished.
If you want to take that home and send me if you do decide to play with it more.
You keep it. That's all good.
You don't.
No, because if I take it home, I'll spend another like 100 hours on it.
Well, you take the book home.
Yes.
Take the book home. Yes.
I'm very excited to play with this.
And thank you everyone for joining us, and please follow
well, so.
Kat's channel, and next week you'll see the whole video I'm talking about adult colouring and everything that comes with that. And in the description, in case you haven't followed the chat, we will put a link to actually buy Vibrant Wilds if you want a copy for yourself. Thanks.
Thank you for having me. Bye.